Let's just start with a basic definitional question. When you hear critical race theory over and over again, what should people understand? How do you define CRT?
So critical race theory is a framework to help us understand that structural and racial disparities endure in our society.
The whole purpose of critical race theory is to provide Americans with a way to understand the legacy of racism.
It's anti-American training. It vilifies white people and demands they apologize.
The learning where students can really grapple with the issues and really come to a deeper understanding of how our past informs our present.
Looks at the ways in which racial unfairness have been woven into the fabric of our institution.
Critical theory, have you heard the idea of critical race theory? It's a grandchild of the Frankfurt School. Political correctness, multiculturalism. So as a result of these ideologies, we have all been taught over time, through our media, through our educational systems, to view ourselves not as part of a whole, but as part of subgroups who in some way, shape, fashion, or form are being oppressed by the hegemonic power that rules and governs our culture. You ever heard that saying, the man keeping us down? That's the man. And so if you are male, heterosexual, cisgendered, right, native-born, American, able-bodied, by the way, also attractive. There's pretty privilege too, by the way. If you are all those things, but you're not white, right, then your oppression is limited to this area. But what if you're not white, but you're also not male? Now that place where your not whiteness and your not maleness intersects is where you feel the weight of the oppression. But what if you're not white and not male and not heterosexual? Well, now the oppression is even worse on you because you have these three intersections of oppression.
So to your question, I think you have to understand what the word reparations means first. So reparations, you are repairing something that you have broken. You are paying for something that you were supposed to pay for.
White supremacy is a force so fundamental to America that it is difficult to imagine the country without it. Reparations is the price we must pay to see ourselves squarely. Close quote. And Tom Sowell, who actually saw Jim Crow with his own eyes and experienced it, responds how?
It would be nice to know his evidence for what he said, just to be old-fashioned about it. It was a rotten system. But I don't know how we get from that to reparations. What we see in the United States, in terms of the bad things, you see all around the world. If you were to give reparations to everyone whose ancestors had been slaves, I suspect that you would have to give reparations to more than half the entire population of the globe.